Jim, you were talking about your goal for people that aren't able to physically be here. What would you tell them is so important for people to be here?
Well, this is a great opportunity for all of these experienced emergency management directors to come to one place and share their ideas and tell us what they want our products to do, and tell us what they want to see in the next generation of releases that we're planning for them. Perhaps a way that they justify a trip like this is we provide first-rate classroom training and also a rigorous certification program that will help them with their skills using our products when they're in a real disaster or an emergency.
So the night will conclude with Tapas and Topics, where people can take all the information that they've learned today and network and talk about what they're expecting for the rest of the week. They're going to have more general sessions as the week continues, and they're also going to hear from guest speakers, one being the Haitian ambassador in Washington, D.C. Thanks for joining us. We hope you log on later on as the week continues.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Augusta for ESi's 6th annual user conference. Just out of curiosity, and I really can't see any of you, but how many of you are here for the first time? Wow, that's wonderful. And how many of you were here for our very first user conference in Las Vegas? Well, we have a few of you still. Thank you for hanging on with us. It's absolutely a delight to have you here in our hometown of Augusta, where, yeah, even the fountains run purple. Good morning. Welcome. I'd like to ask each of you to take just a few minutes to introduce yourselves and give us a brief overview of what you're doing with WebEOC for games.
We have a state warning sign on watch officers who use WebEOC on a daily basis. It's a 24/7 watch operation. They have 6 main boards that they use: hazardous materials, aircraft incidents, search and rescue, medevac mission, other occurrences, and then a shipwreck notes board, which all feed into a daily operations log for them. Our staff duty officer uses WebEOC for the staff duty officer log. We also have a major systems board where we track 3 times a day all our communication systems, as well as we have a monthly test where we have all our jurisdictions in Virginia, there's 141 of them, that participate in this activity. We send out a monthly communication test word through various channels, and they report back to WebEOC, and then we develop a report from that to see how many respond.
I'm Sarah Stegmuller. I'm with Clackamas County Emergency Management in Oregon. And we have a couple of very simple boards that we use on a daily basis. First being our road status board. And our road department works with our department, and we keep that going daily. We also have a duty officer log that our emergency management duty officers use whenever they receive a call of anything that's going on. We also work with our regional partners on a board that Mark, later on in our line here, will talk about to keep regional EOC and ECC status updated. One of the other things that we do is try to incorporate daily activities for our users. Our administrator will do games and exercises to have people log in and be able to get into WebEOC on a daily basis. So we try to incorporate some fun things for people that bring them into the system routinely as well. Mark mentioned we have in our region, and we have a regional users group that comes together. And with the regional board that Mark had built for us, we didn't have a clear understanding of what our roles and responsibilities were for posting to that board. And there was a meeting, it was a couple of months ago, and it was just, when I left there, I was so excited because we sat down and we went through what the expectations were. And we started off a little too probably complex in our discussion, and we really brought it back down to some very simple things. You know, this is what we will expect that our neighboring jurisdictions will do, what they'll input into the board. And it really, I think, helped clarify for all of us how we were going to use that. And it was a really exciting moment to see that we have this now and we know how we'll be using it. So.
That board came from just, we're doing the H1N1 thing. And we had a lot of our EOCs activated in our area. And as our duty officer and keeping a log, it's like, I thought, it'd probably be nice to know one place where you could actually just open up a board and go, wow, there's 11 EOCs open right now, which is significant. That in and of itself is something. And then it's like, wow, now I can see who to contact. I can see the phone number and some other information in there. And that became very useful on a very practical level.
Bishop, at day 2 of WebEOC's user conference seminar here in Augusta, Georgia. The day kicked off with a opening ceremony with words from the CEO of ESi, Nadia Butler. Throughout the day, there will be general sessions, and workshops will break out those general sessions so people can get a better feel of what ESi's software has to offer. And throughout the hallways, there are also smaller exhibits, prototypes of what ESi could offer to clients. They fill out surveys to get a better idea if that prototype is something that could serve those clients. Scott, what do we have out here in the hallways in between these workshops?
Well, what we have is what we call ESi Labs, and that's basically a research and development arm of ESi. We have programmers. We develop our own software for emergency management. And as part of that, we want to do prototypes of features and new products that would interest our customers. So what we have is an exhibit area where we showcase all of these different prototypes to our customers, gauge their interest. And if there's a lot of interest, then we may actually take one of these prototypes and turn it into a product. So that's what this is all about.
How would this benefit a client or a customer? What does it actually do?
Typically, what they do is they send agents out in the field to record the level of damage that has occurred with an incident. Typically what happens is those agents have to call into the office, and then a second agent in the office has to record that information. With our application, the field agents are able to enter that information directly into WebEOC without that second person.
It is day 2 of WebEOC's user conference. I'm Barclay Bishop. Thanks a lot for logging on. Well, tonight is a chance to wind down after a long day of seminars and work sessions. It's called Tapas and Topics. Everybody gets to sit around the table, have dinner, and discuss their ideas, networking with everybody. Max, what do you think so far of the entire conference?
I'm very impressed, actually. I didn't expect to have this many people here. The subject matter is great. It's very easy to follow and understand. And it's actually exactly what I was looking for.
Lee, what are you thinking so far? Tapas and Topics, what have you gained from this evening?
It's really nice to be able to sit at the table. We happen to be at Resource Management, talk to other people about how they're handling it. It's a big system. It's a lot of work. We've been lucky enough to be able to get our information because as a unit, and the state of Connecticut has tied it to the grant funding. So we're lucky that we probably have an easier way of getting information than most of the other people do. But everyone seems to agree that it's a good system.
Why is it important for you to sit around and talk about different topics?
This is where you learn with other folks what's gone right, what's gone wrong, the train wreck stories. This is really valuable, that networking capabilities to find out how can we make it better, what have they done that works, what are we doing that's not working, or what are we doing that is working.
So that wraps up day 2 of the WebEOC user conference. As you can tell, a lot of networking has already been done, and this is just the second day of a week full of seminar sessions and ideas to be shared. So thanks so much for logging on, and continue to check back on the website and find out more of what is going on here in Augusta, Georgia.